Episode 9. Welcome back. It's been a minute. I was on Denali and Mount Whitney, and then came back, sort of been in a little bit of monk mode lately, and now I've just sort of re-engaged into war mode, so pretty keen to get after some stuff. But yeah, spent a little bit of time just thinking about the plans for next year and what we're going to get up to, so we'll talk about that. But yeah, going to try put a little bit of structure into these vlogs. I'm going to break it into sort of four sections, which one will be the thought of the week, 2 will be training, what I'm currently doing, what I'm planning on doing, 3 will be adventures and life and all that kind of stuff, and then 4 will be business. So if there's a particular part you want to listen to, you'll be able to skip straight through to that part, and if you're not so keen on the rest, well, don't watch that part, but ideally watch a whole lot. So first, thought of the week, or something I've been thinking about a lot this week is had a phone conversation with someone last week, and just the things that he's doing and whatnot is pretty remarkable, and it's all kind of stemmed from health and fitness and chasing his dream. I think I thought about that, and it's like, I've been to Antarctica this year, I've been to Alaska, spent some time in America, etc. Went to New Zealand, and that is climbed some stuff in New Zealand. And then a lot of places in Australia doing a lot of different stuff. So I've done a lot of stuff this year, and it's pretty much all, again, stemmed from health and fitness and pursuing something that I actually really care about. So my thought for the week is that if you pursue something that you're passionate about, that you really care about, it's going to take you some pretty amazing and cool places. So definitely encourage anyone to follow their dreams, I guess, and do what they want to do. Just go get it, basically. Yeah, put the energy into it, and I think it will happen for you. So definitely a lot of people that I'm starting to hang out with and speak to at the moment are all in the same sort of boat as me, and it's literally just taking those first couple of leaps to book in whatever it might be, or just keep on training and build that fitness so they can go do the stuff they want to do, whether it's an Ironman or an ultra or whatever it might be. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's really cool chatting to people, and they're going over to France or somewhere like that to do an Ironman, whatever it might be. Unreal, I think. So yeah, that's my thought for the week. Training at the moment's starting to get pretty good again. So been somewhat not chilling, but probably hitting the gym pretty hard. Bulking, some might say. I'm probably the biggest I've been in maybe a year and a half or so. Weighing in at 101 kilos at the moment, so a bit of weight to be running with, but definitely start dropping some weight as the kilometers start picking up again. So last week we hit 88 Ks. This week I think we're on for 97. And then we've got a little deload week, and then we're gonna jump up into the hundreds, and we'll sit in the hundreds for the next 10 weeks or so, probably build up to the 130, 140 mark, depending on what Isabel has exactly planned for me. But in my head, I'm thinking anywhere between 130 and 160 is probably gonna be a nice place to get to a few weeks out of the Great World Race. And then just keep pushing the gym training, climbing training. I want to start putting a lot of focus on climbing training. So I actually brought a little pull-up board for climbing the other day. Start building some finger strength in that again. So going into the next year, I can climb some cool stuff. Really work on technique and all that for climbing again. Get back to climbing the grades that I was climbing when I was much younger. So yeah, training's training's hectic at the moment. The volume's building. Very happy. Body's feeling good. Did a 31k race on Sunday. I don't even know what position I ended up in the end, but might have been 100 people in the race and came around 10th, somewhere between 10th and 14th, I think, which is pretty good considering it wasn't a full all-out effort and my size at the moment, so, and haven't been running stupid amounts, so I was happy with that. Yeah, so it's pretty much training at the moment, nothing too special. Also want to start swimming. It's probably something I want to do over the next few months. So I need to find myself a swimming coach so I don't sink to the bottom of the pool. That's something I'll also start doing. But yeah, what do we got? Adventures and life. Adventures at the moment. We're hopefully getting down to Cozzy in the next couple of weeks. A mate and I are gonna spend just a couple of nights camping out there, just having some fun in the snow, just teaching him some basic mountaineering skills. Probably camp out at Blue Lake and see what we can get up to out there. Aside from that, everything's just sort of waiting for the Great World Race now. I've got flights booked there and all that sort of stuff. So that's, yeah, pretty much it in terms of adventure. A few people have been asking me some questions about the Great World Race, so just a quick recap on that. It is 7 marathons in 7 days on each continent, so all 7 continents, and we start in Antarctica and finish in Miami. So yeah, pretty much spend a week flying around the world and running a marathon every day, which is going to be pretty epic in every sense, and hopefully push some mental boundaries. Is what we're chasing on that one more than anything, and build some awesome relationships with some awesome people on that trip. Yeah, business is probably the thing I've been putting a lot of focus on lately. Really trying to up the game with GoNutrition, put a lot of energy into it. Try really take it to that next level, and a lot of stuff been doing for that. We've been tweaking a lot of ads and running a lot of ads, so if you follow GoNutrition or have had any sort of interaction with GoNutrition, you're probably getting bombarded with a million different ads at the moment. Just trying to work out which ones are getting people to the website, which ones are converting and whatnot, which that's a very hard game, and we've tried numerous people doing it for us, but don't seem to win that way. So we're going to start learning a lot more myself, I guess, and just trying to nail that the best I can. Got a lot of interaction happening with gyms and ambassadors and things like that. So I think we've got 3 gyms that we're going to drop into over the next week, do tastings and give out some prizes and whatnot. Few ambassadors we're signing up, and a couple more athletes as well, which is cool. So hopefully we start getting a lot more content. Is probably the thing we're chasing the hardest from athletes and ambassadors, is trying to get that mixed content. So it's not just all my head on Instagram and whatnot. So yeah, bit of fun there. And then just, yeah, building, I guess, engagement all around, engagement on social media, working a lot harder on. I'm spending a lot of time myself on the Instagram, just leaving comments, messaging people, all that kind of stuff, because that seems to be the thing that is gaining the most traction for us. So just putting a lot of effort into that, and just any sort of partnerships we can build. I'm doing a little running competition at the moment with my run coach. So just a little partnership there. That's hopefully going to build both her social media and GoNutrition's social media. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing at the moment. Just trying to bring in those sales in every way possible. We've got Fitness Expo coming up at the end of the month, which is going to be pretty cool. That'll be our first sort of thing we've done like that, kind of similar to the gyms, I guess, where we go in and set up some tastings and give out some prizes and whatnot. So, but hopefully just a lot more people coming through, having chats to us and whatnot. So it should be pretty exciting. And then yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I think we've nailed everything in the vlog. I guess I'll leave you this week with the thought of the week again of just go get it. Like, if you pursue something you care about, it's going to take you some awesome places. So all I can say is go get it. See you next week. So I might have tricked you guys, or I might have forgotten to say what I'm doing next year, but I'll put a separate video up later this week of what I'm doing next year exactly. But as a little bit of a teaser, we'll be going back to Denali, also climbing a few volcanoes, and got a couple of milers on the cards. So stay tuned for that in the next few days, and I'll see you then.